All right, now I'm going to start to make the environment, right, which is going to be the second part. We have our wine glass from our first tutorial, which is right here. Now I'm going to build a floor, and I am going to also build walls and then assign bitmap or JPEG textures to these things that will help to make it look photorealistic, at least the environment. So far, the wine glass is going to look awful. All right, so this is our next step in doing this, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to go to poly models here. I can also go to create, right? And I can do a plane up here, or I can click on here and create a plane real easily, right? Now I'm going to scale this thing up, right? So I'm going to zoom out a little bit, and I am going to hit the scale. I'm going to go to the middle and just scale this plane up, all right? Nice and big, maybe even a little bigger. I don't even know how big I want this. We'll just do something like this, right? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign a material to this, right? So I'm going to right click with the mouse on here and hold down, and this gives me all kinds of menus. I'm going to go here to assign new material. I click on this, right? And I'm going to go into the Arnold shaders, right? And with Arnold here, I am going to use the AI standard surface, which is what we're going to be using mostly here for this project. All right, so I'm going to do this standard surface, and this is going to make it an Arnold surface that gives me all kinds of things to adjust, though I probably won't do much adjusting with this one. We will to make the glass for sure, right? But we're just going to keep everything kind of associated with Arnold so that like the Arnold dome light that we're going to be adding will be working, right? So great. So I have this ready to go. And now the next thing I'm going to do is what should pop up is the standard surface 2, which is fine, right? And what I want to do is click on here, right? And this, if I click on this, we'll be like, well, what do we want to do with our base, right? Is it going to be a color? Is it going to be a flyer? Is it going to be fluid? What is it going to be? Well, we actually want it to be a file, right? So I click on this. Now we click on the file again on the side, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my Unit 3 assets here, which you can download. And I'm going to click on wooden floor, which is this guy right here. And I'm going to click open, right? And as you can see, the wooden floor pops up. Now, yours may not pop up. It may just look like that, right? But as long as the sample's like that, it's fine. You click on this guy right here, right, for the texture. And if we do this, the texture is added, even though it's not really a texture, it's a bitmap that's added. And we now have this guy going on, which is great, right? So let's do the same thing where we hit another plane, and let's go ahead and build up walls, right? I'm going to do this nice and big, something like this, right? I will go to rotate, and I'll start to rotate this way, right? And in fact, if we go over here to plane, we can see the rotation where I have negative. I can do just 90 degrees, right? And that should work. Let's go ahead and move it back into Z, and we'll have it be this wall right here, something like that, right? And we'll do the same thing where we right click and we will do assign new material, and we'll go ahead and we will do Arnold, and we'll do the Arnold standard surface, which is great. We'll go in here and then we will do a new file. We'll click on the file again, right? And then we will go to a brick wall, right? And we'll open that guy, right? And now we have our brick wall here, which is a little big, but that's okay. We can always scale it down or do whatever we want with it, right? So we can scale it maybe this way a little bit, right? We can move it up. Go back to scaling. There we go. That's looking more like a brick wall. We really don't need to be too big. And then we can just move it back here. Actually, move it to the corner because we're going to have something else there. Great. So we have our first wall here. We can add our second wall by doing the same thing. We'll make a plane. Go to scale. Scale it out. Nice and big. We can go ahead and rotate. Right? And we can do it right here where we know what we want. We want negative 90. No, we want negative 90 on this side, right? Here we go, right here. You always forget which one it is. So You can just try 90 and see how that looks. 90. We can push it back here, and of course we can go in here where we go to our, oh, I forgot to do the texture, didn't I? Let's go ahead and do texture material. Let's do we'll do the Arnold surface, which is great. Go in here, we want a file. We'll open up the file and we'll take that white wall and we'll open that right there. And now, as you can see, we do have the brick wall there, and in fact it is kind of sideways, so I'm going to go ahead and rotate this this way. Whoops, which way do I want to do it? This way. There we go. And let's go ahead and look at the planes and make sure this rotation is fine. So this should be 90. This should be 90. This should be 0. Because I messed up. It's always good to know how to fix your own mess ups. And we'll swing around to the front. And it's really easy to do in a 3D modeling and animation program because you get kind of disoriented on what's going on. We can deal with the scale again, where we scale it down, scale it out, and let's see how this thing looks. This now looks better. You can see the brick wall is fine. It's because the lighting's kind of weird, right? So now we have our environment. And just real quick, what we're going to do, just so we have some light, let's go ahead and go up to Arnold, and let's go to light. Let's add this sky dome light, right? And that's now giving us a lighting of the Arnold scene. Okay, and this is where I'm going to stop this tutorial.